What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Chopping It Up with P. Today I have a guest, a boy
Mayowa.
Mayo.
Mayowa. My man Pierre, how you doing, bro? How you doing,
Good.
G?
I'm good, G. You? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Today, I have a couple of things for you today. I know that me and Mayo go way back. We've been friends for a minute. We've been through some shit, and we gonna talk about not this shit specifically, but some things we dabble in. First of all, let's get this out of the way. So. What do you think are some unwritten rules in the group chat when you have a group chat with the men? What do you think are some unwritten rules?
First one rule: don't leave the group chat if you get attacked. Don't leave the group chat. That's the first one. Why we live in the group chat? We're men.
Right?
Second is okay, don't go too hard on somebody. Don't attack somebody. Don't bring up personal stuff. Don't bring up. As long as it's all jokes, it's all fine. Don't mention the group chat to other people that are in it. To make them feel like that way.
Does that include girlfriends and such?
I mean, I only talk about like girlfriends and stuff. Like, I wouldn't like if I had a girlfriend, I wouldn't like talk about my girlfriend in the group chat other than saying I have a girlfriend. 'Cause I know how guys can be. I wouldn't really talk about them. You know what I'm saying? If I talk about my girlfriend, I'd be like on some one-to-one conversation. 'Cause you know how guys
Uh,
can be in group chats. I wouldn't do that.
right, right. But so if some shit happens in the group chat, right? Whatever crazy, not crazy, whatever the thing is, do you talk to your girlfriend about that? Like you'd be like, "Oh, yo, babe, like look at this, look at this."
It depends. If it's something that's really deep, I wouldn't say. If someone tells me now, I don't tell somebody else. I don't tell somebody else. I mean, I would
Right.
assume they didn't want me to. If it was a group chat thing, let's say like an argument happened, it's kind of like fun. I'd be like, oh yeah, this happened, like LOL type stuff. I'll probably bring it up on some normal conversation. I mean, that's why I like if I'm dating somebody that no one really knows. So like, it's like
Right.
if I do tell them, it's like, well, you're never gonna know anyways. But I mean, if someone's so like I'm loyal. I'm loyal. If someone not to tell me something not to say, I just want to say anyways. I would do.
So in the group chats, right? We talk about a lot of different things. We'll talk about, whether that's girls, food, whatever the thing is. What do you think is probably the one thing that is probably the craziest thing we'll talk like in terms of like not just events, like something that happened at school. I'm thinking like because in my mind, right? If we're talking group chat, we're talking about something.
Yeah.
We're talking literally about everything, right? And, like we talk about a lot of different things because, whether that's funny, that's sad and everything, right? But the thing is, like, the thing about a group chat is those are your friends, right? Those are your guys, right? They rally around you when you need them the most. You have a group chat in the first place to be able to converse, fuck around, and just say the bullshit. By the end of the day, those are your men, right? And like, you're gonna have some, I wouldn't say back and forth. I'll say back and forth. You'll have some times where you don't agree and don't agree. But at the end of the day, it's all love, right? It's all love. So why do you think we go to our friends instead of our partners for advice sometimes?
Oh,
Like if something happened, why would I be in the group chat? Yo, this, that, right? Because theoretically, your partner is supposed to be the person that like you talk to everything about, right? So,
I mean, that's true. I feel like, I mean, you get more information, less bias from the boys, especially because
mhm,
it's me and my friends. I mean, hey, we don't talk every single day. It's not like, not saying it's not possible. It's possible. It's like we got our own lives going on. Doesn't mean like we follow each other less. But if you don't know what's going on in my day-to-day life and I give you information, you can process it and not be biased. Whereas if I tell my girl, if what I'm going through or something, it's like, man, like they know me, so they know how like I'm gonna feel about it. They may not give me what I want to hear. They may tell me what I want to hear and not what I need to hear. And I feel like guys do that, but you get the whole, oh, guys are more logical, women are more emotional thing. It's true to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if I
mhm,
want hardcore advice, I would get that from like my guys immediately. But with like a girl, I will tell them they'll come for my feelings first, which is fine, which is
right,
good, man. But
right.
it will take a while to actually get that like good advice. But I think doing both is good, you know what I'm saying?
So you think? in a big way, the group chat is very therapeutic.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, when you say group chat, do you mean like the actual like texting, or does it mean like the group of guys hanging out?
The group of guys hanging out.
Yeah. Then obviously, yeah. Think so.
Okay.
I think it's therapeutic. I think it helps. I think your partner. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't want to really worry about my. I want to worry my partner more like I'm going through mentally. I feel like I have to get to really. I have to really trust them to really like tell them all that stuff, and it's kind of hard for me to trust people on that level. At least I have to get to really know them, know whether they really want the best for me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yeah, you can tell anyone like, and they can give you advice, but if someone doesn't really want the best for you, they're not gonna give you the best advice. You know what I'm saying? My guys,
Yeah.
my guys want the best for me. You know, I don't know if the girl I'm talking to like wants the best for me. Like, maybe in the future she may when we like love each other more.
Right.
Maybe not. You know?
Right. I mean, so we're gonna flip this around right quick and put this on the girls. In a sense of, so first of all, what are some things that you may be going through, whether that's with your girl or anything? What would you like not want her to put in to her group chat? That can go for both though. That can obviously go for both.
What would I not want her to talk about with her friends? Maybe like obviously don't tell her like what I'm personally going through, because I wouldn't tell
Okay.
my friends what she's personally going through. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. Uh, Unless it's like something I don't know how to actually handle. But I think at that point I'd go to like actual girls, not like
Hmm.
guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
As
Hmm.
go to girls.
Right.
I wouldn't want her to tell her like maybe like school issues or like personal life problems. But I couldn't imagine like I want to say stuff like, oh shit, like if I'm fucking like what's going on in bed or something. I don't know. I don't know. I should do stuff like that. You know. I don't think that'll happen. I don't. Yeah, I would hope they wouldn't do that. You know? I wouldn't. So I would hope they wouldn't do that. I don't really. I don't. I don't do that.
So there is a crossable line of like this is not what you should be talking about
Yeah.
with your friend.
Yeah. Sexual
Do you
stuff. Sexual stuff and like
very big on sexual stuff
sexual.
because I think I feel like that's everyone's insecurity in a way, even though you don't admit it. Like, and we have a way of like depending on the person you are, how emotional you are, like you'll like keep things. You'll be more conserved. I mean conserved, right? So you will be more outgoing about that shit. I think one of the biggest things is like you wouldn't want your girl to be saying, "Oh, he doing this, he doing," like you know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
kind of weird, and I think
Yeah,
it's
good or
one of those.
bad, even good or bad. It's just I don't really
Yeah,
want to. I
it's just
don't know.
unspoken. You feel me? It's really just unspoken. So there's a threshold of what you can and cannot say. But to what extent do you think is okay of what to say and what not to say? Like, where is that line of like, okay, stop, and okay, this is cool. And obviously it depends on her friends too. Like, if you're cool with her friend, if you met her right through her friends, if you're cool with her friends, they seem to like genuinely good people and want the
Yeah, yeah,
best
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah,
y'all. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? That would be a little different than just like the girls are like, yo, they're weird. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Yeah. I think if I'm cool with her friends, then I think you can like obviously like if you're dating someone, you already kind of know, or like they're doing stuff. You tell her friends, oh, we did X, Y, Z. Like at that point, that's normal. You know what I'm saying? Who
Right.
doesn't do that? Like, that's even if it gets brought up normally. It's not asked of like who am I like this? Like I'm gonna say like yeah sure. You know what I'm saying? It's when it starts getting into details. It's like okay, well, I don't really want to know all of that. I don't want you to tell them like you know. Song talks about like let's say we have a day, we go on a day, we come back, we do things. You can talk up until the point where like the thing started, and anything after that you don't have to say. Just say it was good or bad.
But let's leave let's
That's
leave the group
social.
chat for a second out of it, right? Let's say out of that whole group chat, there's one person you trust the most, right? There's obviously going to be a barrier that you don't tell him about, right? Does he get to have a little more access to what goes on between y'all? Like you said, you want to go into group chat and say all everything that's going on with her and everything, right? But let's say like I trust you a lot, right? Do I, aside from the group chat, do I come to you and be like, oh, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on, but stays between us and not the group chat? Is that is that okay to have for like both sides?
Of course, you do need someone to talk to about advice and stuff. But the type of relationship I would like is a relationship where I feel like I can go to the person first, whoever I'm dating, talk about it, come to our disagreements, accept our disagreements, see where we can compromise, see where we compromise, and see where we can work together to come to that common goal, you know what I'm saying? And if not, you know what I'm saying? If not, like I kind of changed my idea on that. If not, I don't really gain anything from talking to my guy friends about them not doing XYZ. You know, I'm trying to become the type of person who's like, okay, well, if you don't like me, well, I'm just going to like, well, if we can't work on this, I'm just gonna leave and just, just be by myself or find someone else, and be by myself, and I don't have to put up with all that, Depends how big the issue is. If it's something like tiny, then I don't. If it's tiny, I won't even tell my friend. If it's big, I feel like I should be able to resolve it by myself because I'm a man.
Right.
So I guess what I really talk to my friends about is, oh, like maybe after the fact. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I say this, but everyone shows their faults. Like if something happened, I'll probably ask my friend, what do I do? Who doesn't do that? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. And I mean, you always want someone to confide in, right? Whenever that's personal, right? And problems in your life as well. But even more so when you're with someone, there is a threshold. I think that's just for everyone. I want to move over just from the like group chat part of it. So, yes or no, do you think that you are who you hang around with?
Depends whether you're introverted or extroverted.
Okay. So, say this,
But to a certain
right?
extent, yes. To a certain
Okay.
extent,
Okay. So, do you think in any scenario, um, like when y'all have arguments and she goes to her friends or the group chat or whatever, do you think there's any ever like any type of way where like their friends are pursuing y'all to stop? Like she'll tell them, "Oh my God, he's this that. He's too he's too sensible, or he's too this and that." And then they're finding reasons
yeah.
for y'all to like break that apart.
Well, I mean, again, I guess it all depends on who you're messing with. But if you're messing with the girl who's secure, emotionally intelligent, and communicates with you, she'll tell you those things to your face before telling her friends. If not, then she's probably gonna, I want to say she's probably gonna tell her friends about that, and then it's gonna feed it. Her friends are gonna feed her that, which is fine. Like that's what I think I've realized is if you tell your friends only about the bad stuff in a relationship, they're gonna have an
They're
idea.
always gonna focus on exactly. You have to be able to
Yeah,
balance the
and that's
two.
yeah, and that's like imagine I'm telling a girl. Imagine your girl telling me, let's say I'm your girl's like brother or something. Oh,
Okay.
my boyfriend doesn't communicate, doesn't give me flowers, blah blah blah. I'm like, damn, this guy sounds like a bum or what? It sounds like a loser. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
oh, that guy sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave it. But like, of course, then but if you do good things, she's probably not gonna come to me and tell me, oh, he did this, he did this, he did this. Unless she just doesn't regulate her emotions, it just tells me TMI of the relationship. But I think what I've noticed a lot of people, they just always talk about the negative, and it's kind of like if you talk about the negative, you're gonna feel the negative,
Yeah.
and you're
Exactly.
gonna believe that, and then it's kind of like they're gonna tell you to leave that, which is good. They should because you've only told them one side about one person that isn't true. You know, so the best thing to do is either tell them the good and the bad, which I think is doing too much, or just don't tell them anything at all, and then talk to the person you're dating. You know, that's the person that can fix all this.
For sure. Okay, so I mean, relating from that, right? There's always gonna be things we talk about and don't talk about. Um, whether that's a group chat to your close friends. I think the biggest thing to take away from that is just that like you have to like understand what the threshold is, especially with the group chat part. Because if it's one friend that you really trust, you can leeway. But with the group chat, that's everyone, and that's just completely, completely crazy. Do you have any like funny, like chaotic moments, like you've had in a group chat? That could be with us too. Like just there's some bullshit.
Oh, hilarious, bro.
No, just some bullshit.
Damn, trip down memory lane. Oh, I do remember that one time. Oh, it's hard to say because in army, like there'll be beef and stuff, and then people like
Hmm.
they don't really like that for real. I mean, fuck it. I mean, that whole time, that whole thing with like you know, and
Yeah.
then that person, like that was actually funny. Like seeing that like on
Right.
the pictures and stuff, that was funny. That was like funny. Like in real time, I was probably losing my mind. But looking back, that
He said real times. killing myself.
Yeah, but, like, looking back, it's funny, stuff like that, or even, like, now, like, just, like, seeing people crash out, like,
I mean,
or
all that, like you see how much you grow though. Because I think, and this is what the thing is, people show you the true colors at one point, whether that has to start or that to finish. Oh, in terms of loyalty, when it comes to the group chat, right? You get to like really separate like I guess the ranks. Like let me ask you, like let me say this. What like the ranks of the like loyalty in the group chat? How do you think that goes? Like from the I guess like who would you trust the most? Who would you trust the least?
I want me to give names?
Not names, just like in general. Like what like the description would be. Oh, I've known this guy for the longest. This and that. This and that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to me, time doesn't really, like, really time matters to a certain degree, and I feel like
Is it time or is it what you've been through that really
I feel
matters?
like if I can generally, like, call somebody if I can feel like, "Oh, I want to call this person, like, every day," or I call them every day, and they call me back, or we just, like, generally, like, it seems like we're actually, like, just talking very consistently, guy or girl. Then it's like, and then I guess I'm to a certain degree, like, I'll be loyal to that person, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, shit, well, they're learning how to respond, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talk every day, like, we're telling each other, like, what's going on. We're talking about here and there, talking about life, stuff. I think to a certain degree, that just builds connection, and I'll be loyal to that person. Doesn't even have to be, like, a certain amount of time. If I just talk to you and I just get, like, it could be somebody who I've, like, known before, and we just meet in an area, and then we just chop it up, and we just, meet every day and just start talking normally. Also, time doesn't really matter, honestly. I just think if I could just generally have a normal conversation without being awkward with you, I feel like I trust you to a certain
To a certain degree. And that degree, so you said degree that doesn't matter on like how long you know the person.
time doesn't matter. 'Cause if
Okay.
you know someone for long and they could just do it like be like, oh damn, like nah, I'm unloyal. It's like or disloyal. It's kind of like yeah, I mean, time doesn't really matter. I feel like you go along with the ride. Like it's not you trust somebody until you don't. You know,
Right.
and then maybe you trust
So
them again.
so when drama pops up, do we defend or do we expose them?
Friends,
In a group chat, yes, in a group chat setting. Like if
drop. Oh,
so if something in the group chat leaks, do we defend them or do we expose
if it's defendable, I'll defend it. If it's not, it's like, yeesh, not looking good,
them?
gang.
If your man
I
if
I
your
just wouldn't
man
say anything. For real, I just wouldn't say nothing. I wouldn't be before or against. I'd be like, damn, let's see how it rocks out. That's where I'll.
um as far as group chat, are there rules for what like are there rules for what stays in the group chat and what gets posted online? Or like, stories or like spams or whatever. Like, is there rules of what that really no like just like you should know what stays here and then what could like be posted like online.
Like maybe like a terrible picture that no one wants to ever see the face of the earth.
But that's
Maybe
what people use for birthdays. Happy birthday, and it's like some he's chopped as a kid.
that is that. I mean, yeah, that's true. Making fun of how we looked at as kids, but we're all chopped anyways. Man, nigga, I posted a picture of you. What the hell? You were mad. You remember? I remember. You were.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were chopped. That's fine. I was chopped too. It happens. Maybe I'm still chopped on, but we were chopped before. No, but maybe like photos, like maybe someone doesn't want to actually get out, like maybe private photos, stuff that can get leaked, people's names. If you're gonna post something, I don't know. I'm just at the point where like I just wouldn't even like take a screenshot of a group like a
Yeah.
group chat
I
text
think
and post it. Like it just doesn't. It's not like it doesn't
it's not
entertain me. It
I
doesn't give me
think
flow anymore.
I think we've grown to that. I think we've grown to that. When we talk about like these scenarios, right, in the group chat, um, why do you think some like friends get roasted easily compared to others? Like, there's always like in the group, there's always
They do it to themselves. I think they do it to themselves, bro.
there's like sometimes in the group, there's always like the people that are like the hardest to roast, and then there's always the person that is like easy to stomp on them, right? So, what do you mean? Do it to themselves in what way? And then
Right?
they
They just
come
kind
back
of
in our side.
everything they do is just so like public. Like it's kind of like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why do I know this? Versus, I feel like the people who are kind of the hardest to roast are people who are more like private to themselves, more introverted. Like you don't really see pictures of them like that for real, for real. So it's
Okay.
kind of hard to. make fun of them, you know what I'm saying? But anyone can be made fun of, bro. Like it's just anyone. It's just funnier when it's like somebody was like like oh like we know this about you. It's common knowledge. Let's just poke fun of that. Poke fun-
Why do you think certain people? What do you think are certain people you'll defend even if they're dead wrong?
What do you think what they'll do?
Like even if they're dead wrong. Like let's say the motherfucker cheated and he got caught in 4K. But like you'll go down that swinging until they show they have evidence.
Who I'll defend?
Yes.
So I should say names.
Not okay, I want to say names. Let's say like like description of how loyal you are to that person. Like in a sense, you can say like okay, because I've known this person for a long time. This and this happened. This happened. Not like not names, but you know.
Oh, like they would have for them, like if they cheated, it had to be one of those like oh shit, like genuine like wrong time drunken moments. Like I don't like it don't unless generally unless you paid for like my school or like you got me a job or something. I don't think I could defend someone like cheating.
So I pay for
No,
my school,
I mean
so I
hopefully
should
like
go and pay for your
bro, I wouldn't
for
want
your
my friend.
tuition.
I mean, I wouldn't want my friends to cheat though, and I wouldn't want my friends to tell me they cheated. I don't what the fuck. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that. Like keep me in la la land where I don't know. I want to know what they're doing. I don't want to know what they're like. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know what they're. If they told me, I'll just like be like, damn, like type shit. Hope they wouldn't cross. Hope they wouldn't like, stab my back or something. Don't think they would.
um is so like you said, you said loyalty isn't based on history or personality, or like it's more, what is it more based on? Like
I think it's day to day. It's interactions that happen
is
consistently.
it so it's let me give you a scenario. You know that person that you talk to that you're friends with, right? But you don't talk to all the time, right? But when you talk to them, it's always the same. It never changes, right? Compared to that person where like, you talk to more than him, I'll probably say you talk like 3 or 4 times a week. And you've been through some shit with both of them. Exactly. Constructs is like, okay, I'll be more loyal to this person
I
as well.
think. I
Does
think.
the situation matter as well?
Well, I have my friends in Nigeria, for example. Like I know my friends in Nigeria who like even if we don't, I know for a fact we've probably gonna start talking. Like I'll just be loyal to them just because it's like where we've been through so
Hmm.
much. And I met them when like we were both growing up around the same. We went through puberty with each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, bro, we know everything about each other. You know what I'm saying? We know what we like and what we don't like. We have like the same music taste. Like we like the same things. It's
Hmm.
like at that point, like we're just carbon copies of each other, and then
Right.
then we leave to like America, England, wherever we want to go to, and then we discover ourselves. Like, I feel like if I could see myself, somebody else is like, wow, like I'm loyal to that person. Obviously, the good, none of those like the terrible parts. You know what I'm saying? But if I say
Right.
like, wow, this person is kind of like me, like you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, and we get along and all that stuff, and I don't have to talk to them for months. I know for a fact I'll
Hmm.
go back to Nigeria. I'll see my friends I haven't talked to for months. And it's kind of like these are my guys, bro. Like you know.
Right. They'll always be your guy. Like even if you don't talk to every day, you'll always be like, okay, this is my, like I can call and be like, yo, what's up? Things never gonna change.
Yeah,
Why do you think as we grow, right, as we evolve in life, why do you think loyalty matters as we get older?
because eventually the people who raised us, our parents, aren't going to be there forever. The goal is to outlive them. That's what they want for us. And we're
Hmm.
going to need friends and we're going to have to make family. The friends, until we get kids and have wives and all that stuff,
Hmm.
girlfriends, the only family
Well,
we
all
have
we have.
is our friends. So I think we need to show loyalty to each other. Know like, hey, like if you're going through hard times, ask me for things I can help you. Yeah, I know I'd ask you, and you'd help me. Saying we're there for each other. I feel like a lot of people have too much pride to ask for help. I never want to be that type of person.
And I think, and it's one of those things like sometimes you really have to like you take care of everyone else, but you gotta take care of yourself as well. When it comes to that, you want to be there for everyone. Not in a sense of like you want to be not there, but you want to like be like, okay, how can I help you? This and that. You want to feel like I want to feel like my friends can reach out to me and be like, yo, Pierre, this and that, this and that. You know, even no matter how close we are. But I think what happens is a lot in this generation, more in high school, you get the burnout of like, I want to be there for everyone, but who's there for you?
Yeah,
Like you have to be able to take care of yourself sometimes before you like before you're okay. Because if you're not okay, how can you help the person in need,
I
right?
agree. I
Why do you think um friendship breakups with loyalty hurts differently? Like the person that you were most loyal to, right? How does your friendship outgrow or break up mean different than the person that like you were just like okay with?
uh wow, it's tough talking with. I don't think I had too many friends who were like, damn, I had one experience, but it's like to be honest, I
Hmm.
don't really think I fucked with that person anyways. I think I think I think anyone I truly like really honestly like trusted with like genuine information about myself,
Right.
I I don't think I've had a fallout with them for real. I just think either we don't talk that consistently because space and time and life. And I know if I see them, things will just pick up like they were once. I don't have that experience of like someone like actually to like wow, like I actually can't trust you because I wouldn't be friends with somebody like that if they show me those colors like early in the relationship. Unless unless they're just pretty good hiders about it. From the most part, I can confidently say any true friend I have, I don't think they would do me like like dirty or like they want bad intentions from me or they wouldn't like consider me in something, like they're not like just outright selfish, like oh fuck how he feels about something like
Uh-huh.
that.
Right. Right. When you tie everything, like just God, adulthood, right? Growth, right? How do you think all of that, how do you think God, adulthood, growth, like exposes who's really for you?
I think God
Like within your circle.
I think God can I think as you grow in God, you learn and you live certain values for yourself.
Hmm.
If you're honestly trying to get better every day, trying to better yourself, trying to be like, hey, what did I do today that I didn't do yesterday? I feel like you eventually just start to outgrow and adopt. And it happens so quickly if you're Christian about it, you actually tend to be like,
Especially in college.
yeah, you'd be like, I don't really like that. Like that's not for me, and I don't want that in my life. And then you start with friends, you start pulling away from them, and you don't even know it. And by the time you know it, you don't really talk consistently. There's somebody you used to be friends with, maybe they
Yeah.
call you, maybe you text like, "Oh, how you doing?" There and there, like you good. But for the most part, it's kind of like they just live a different life to you, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I feel like in that same breath, you find people who are for you, friends who who love you, cherish you, care for you in ways that maybe your previous friend groups or couldn't because maybe they didn't have the same values you have. They would see things from your perspective, that stuff. I
Right.
think about God.
Like,
Yeah,
sorry to cut you off. But once like and I love that because I think the biggest thing about what God does is he shows us what we don't see. You like this friend you may have, he talks shit back to back. You won't obviously won't hear that, but there's gonna be somehow, some way that God makes that divide. It could be through a person, could be through an action. It could just be through like time and just not talking. But and I think that's why I love like when we're growing, as we grow, we find ourselves, like especially in college, we find ourselves, we discover things about us that we didn't know that we liked.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And it makes you see things in different perspective. You're like, yo, I'm seeing this right now, but this is how I let that happen back in the day. And I'm like, that's BS now. You know what I'm saying? And it's just you see through the BS, you see through and as you grow as a person, not just emotionally, but just like mentally as well. And I think that's where that divide about growing happens because, that doesn't necessarily mean that person's stuck back there,
yeah.
but that just means
Like
they're
going in a
taking a
different
different.
direction.
Exactly. And that's okay. As friends, it's life. You just have to admit that. Sometimes things could just happen and you just don't be friends anymore. But most of the time, it's just more of like, okay, we just outgrew each other, and that's okay. We just have to learn. You know what I'm saying? We might not have to talk every day, but it's like, it's cool. One of the things I want to talk to you, how much of your relationships showed your like the how much of how much of your relationships should your friend know? How much of your relationship should your friend know?
Only as only as much as I want them to. There's no like maybe before I'll tell them every negative that happened, every single
Hmm.
fire of stuff. Nah, I just really, I wouldn't be bothered to, bro. Everyone's trying to live their own life. No one wants to be burdened with the fact of, hey, this, and that. If there's an answer I really want for somebody else, I probably already know the answer. I don't think I don't, unless, that's the thing about life. You get put in new scenarios and they, maybe I actually do need some guidance. Up to now, I feel like every actual bit of help that I need, I kind of knew the answer already. I was just too scared to do it, you know? Now it's like if I'm doing that same formula again, I'll know what to do. But life gives you you know, information to process every time. So maybe I could just ask someone else for help again. So I don't know, but I guess I'm trying to become someone who's like I don't need to talk to somebody about my relationship. You just be like,
Right.
"Is your girl? Oh, we're fine, we're good." Here and there, we're have our disagreements here and there, but for the most part, we're good. And maybe we could be having a big ass fight. Unless it's about something freaking crazy that's actually like hurting me or like being making me
Hmm.
like, on the back of my mind. I mean, I'll bring it up, but for the most part, I mean, I try to be somebody who's not, making me.
Obviously, like that.
Yeah,
Um. Okay. So we I have a thing on my pods where I have a segment every week. Um, this week we'll have this week we're gonna have truth or chop. Okay, we're gonna have three questions. Third question is gonna be the I think the most like almost no one's gonna hit you. Um, that's what I have for today. Um, have you ever defended a friend in public but blamed them in private? Like you have to maintain the steez.
yeah,
So have you
of course, I have.
some
Like,
bullshit?
what the hell? Like, yo, respect my man, so he didn't do that. Or like,
You know they're dead wrong. You know they're dead
I
wrong.
don't know about all that, and probably be like, yo, what the hell?
Fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like,
They don't. But thankfully, don't think I've been in that predicament. Or if I have, I genuinely don't remember. I think I do like, but like lesser degrees. Let's say my man's like called somebody or something. I don't know. It's like, what the hell? And then like, yeah, I'll defend him like, oh, what the hell? Like, no, push me. Like, why you guys doing this? And then probably like, and then probably I'll be like, yo, why the hell you starting fights? What, like, what's this for? It makes no sense.
yeah.
Yeah, type stuff like, bro, come on, respect yourself.
Um. Okay. I've obviously done that. I think I've been in a position where
Yep.
I've had to done that too. But I think when again this goes back to the group chat and being friends. You have to. I think you have to commit it up front because, and I think that goes with family as well. Because when you do it, when you people can see that like outside, you're not like like this. They can like pick. They can go through these little things and like make y'all just like
Yeah.
go far away from each other in a way. Second question is, do you wait? Are you loyal or are you scared of being alone?
Which relationship wise, right? Or this.
Friendship wise, I guess too. It could go both ways.
Ooh, I don't think I'm scared of being alone anymore. I think I've passed.
Anymore.
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
I think at some point I feared, being by myself, having to deal with my thoughts, having to deal with any insecurities, any like negative thoughts I have by myself, basically be confirmed. But then I realized that, like, those negative thoughts, even though you can push them away, or you can just think about positive things. You can reinforce the idea of, oh no, I'm actually this person. I do this, I've done this. Like, give yourself a pat on the back, compliment yourself, buy things for yourself, take care of yourself. We're 20. Like, this isn't like, at some point, like, your parents can like give you all the love and all that stuff they want. If you don't love yourself, it doesn't really matter. You can never be fulfilled with that.
I think, and that's one of the things I think I've had to learn very fast is in college. Like, if like, how can you love someone else if you don't love yourself? How can you sit here and tell a girl I love you if you don't? You know what I'm saying? And I think with being alone, right? That's when you do your most growing
Yeah,
mentally and very much more mentally and emotionally, because you learn that like you don't need everyone. Okay, it's okay that like I think the biggest hump to get over for me was it's okay if that friendship doesn't last. It's okay if they're not in your life anymore, because where we were at the time, like we saw each other every day, right? And stuff
agree.
like that. So it was kind of hard to imagine that person, look, yo, why is that person not in my life, But I think again, once you grow amongst yourself, there's that fear of like, okay, being stuck with your own thoughts and like, being by yourself. But I think that's when you do the most maturing and growing up and see what really is for you and not for you. You know what I'm saying? what kind of respect and you tolerate this and that. I think that is the biggest overview of
Yeah.
of that specifically. Last question I have for you, my friend. If the people in your life today, that's including me, had to vote right now, would they call you a loyal friend or a convenient friend?
I would say loyal. I think so.
Okay.
I
Why?
think loyal.
Oh, I obviously think you're loyal, man. You're my guy. But
I just think I don't have any ill will to any of my friends. I have so much time, or I just overthink so much. I just think that I just end up thinking about my friends of the past, even like way down back then, hoping they're good. And
right,
my friends right now, and I talk to, hoping they're good. Like it's genuinely, I just try to be positive, you know.
right,
I well, I don't know if that's maybe the same for me on their end, but genuinely, if generally if any of my friends text me, like I'll just respond. Like I'm not like someone hard to reach. Like if someone texts me, I'll respond. If someone asks me like for help, I'll help in any way I can. I think I've shown myself that degree. If someone asks me for anything, I think I'll within the reason. I think I'll actually like just do it. You know, like as long as it doesn't like make me like truly uncomfortable. But it depends what it is. I mean, I might be a couple for my friends as long as it makes sense. For the most part, I think I'm loyal. I think they'll say so. I don't know what I think convenient friend means like, oh, I don't have him around just because. I mean, at that point, why are we even?
friends. Yeah, right, right. I think the convenient part, I think, goes along with the convenient part goes along with like being alone again. Like you, I feel like I think we all do this. Sometimes we have, for the meantime, we have people around just because it feels okay. I think guys and girls do that too, whether that's like friendships or like I guess hookup culture or whatever. But you know, that's not necessary. It cannot necessarily be lead to a friendship or whatever. But the just the convenience of having someone there for you is what you want. It's selfish in a way, but it is the truth because we have you need. It's like we're humans. We need each other, right? And again, that goes back to like being alone too, because you want to have like a good balance of like, okay, you have your friends, but you have like yourself too. You need to take care of yourself, your mental, and like get that straight as well. I think that wraps it up. Just for being on the pod, I definitely think we talked about a lot of different things. Uh, Child rules was definitely one of the things I had on my bucket list. I just didn't know who I wanted to do it with, but I think I knew after a couple of episodes. Thank you for being on the pod. All links will be down below, guys. For chopping that up with Pete and Mails as well. Appreciate you for stopping by. Appreciate y'all for listening. I'll see you on the next one.